The doorbell rang, an odd time for a visitor.
Did you hear the bell? Make yourself useful for once and get it, will ya?
Who would be at the door at this time of night?
She walked to the door and hesitantly asked,
Who is it?
Girl Scouts, ma'am. We have some delicious cookies this year.
Isn't it a bit late? Shouldn't you be home?
Oh, I will be soon. You're my last stop for the night. You really need to try these, please?
It's the Girl Scouts.
Yeah? And? Buy some! Jeez, can't you think on your own for once?
She opened the door. What stood before her wasn't at all what she had expected.
Welcome back. Today I bring you SCP-2375. We're all the same down here.
Do we know anything else here?
Not much. She just turned up out of the blue to their house, selling cookies.
Clearly, we'll need to take a closer look at the necrosis on her skin. What about the parents?
They're both exhibiting signs of infection as well. The odd thing, though, is there seems to be a shift in their personalities, their attitudes.
Mr. and Mrs. Stevens, how are we today? Hey, never better.
Fantastic!
That's good to hear. We just wanted to ask you a couple questions regarding your interaction with the Girl Scout.
That lovely girl. Of course, go right ahead. Don't you want to remove that suit, though? Looks mighty hot.
I'm fine, thank you. Pardon the bluntness, but you two have a history of police visits, noise, neighbor reports, domestic disturbances. Oh, that's all in the past. We're very happy now. Okay. Since when? Well, since that little girl. She really opened our eyes. We're much better now.
Yes, much better.
Chen whispered to Kloss. Alarm bells, ding ding ding.
Hi, I'm Greg. What's your name?
Chen.
Do you have a first name, Mr. Chen?
Agents.
Right. You seem like the perfect person to join our club. Just take my hand. I promise you'll feel much better soon.
The man stepped towards Chen, hand outstretched. One more step and I will take your hand. Permanently. Kloss nodded towards the door.
Let's go back and talk to the little girl. This infection clearly seems to alter personality or perceptions.
How much you want to bet we're about to talk to the happiest little Girl Scout you've ever met?
Hi there. So nice to meet new friends. Can I give you a hug?
I will give you a hug. It'll be the last.
Hi, don't mind him. He's a little, grumpy this morning.
SCP-294, under maintenance again? Where are you supposed to get a cup of joe then?
That's okay.
So, what happened to your skin?
My skin? Oh, this? That's nothing. Small price to pay for happiness, don't you think?
Happiness?
Well, sure. Life is fantastic.
What's unlife?
Did I say unlife? Oopsie! I meant fun life. I'd be happy to show you. Just take my hand and then I can bring you there.
Hang on to that thought.
So what's the plan, Doc?
You heard the little girl. She wants to show us.
Right, but she also wants to infect us.
Luckily for us, we have a whole division dedicated to just that.
The D-Class sat in her cell, staring at the floor. From what they had gathered, the more depressed or antisocial the person was, the more allure SCP-2375 would have for them. Kloss and Chen walked into her cell.
Okay, so you know what you need to do.
Yeah, whatever the girl wants.
Basically, we'll be with you the whole way.
Sure you will. I've heard that before.
As they looked into the cell, the little girl spoke to the D-Class. So far, it didn't seem to be having any effect. The little girl slowly reached out and put her hand forth. The D-Class recoiled slightly, and then slowly extended her hand to shake it. The infection would now start. They just had to give it time.
It's starting to appear on her skin. It's almost time to talk to her again.
What do you expect we'll find?
I think there's others like them. Perhaps a whole colony. The unlife, or as she said, the fun life. Right?
You think they're hazardous?
Do you know of any type of highly contagious necrosis that isn't?
Gotcha. We're going in hot.
Damn right.
As they stood outside D-2375-2's cell, she seemed different. As she looked up to see them, she smiled.
Hey, Doc. Agent. How's life?
D-Class, you see him? Chipper?
Oh, I am. That little girl really helped me out. I haven't felt this good in years.
Chen leaned towards Kloss. Fishy. Very fishy.
Don't trust her. That's great. Ready for a field trip into the fun life?
You bet.
Hold back. Maintain a 500-meter gap to them. Let's see where they're going. Up ahead, the little girl in the D-Class moved forward, now free to venture where they would. As evening came, they saw them stop in the distance. MTF Zeta-28, hold up. They seem to have stopped. As Chen watched the tracking dots, the signal seemed to flicker and disappear. What the? They've disappeared. Army of Darkness, move in. They reached the final location of the D-Class and the little girl, but they could see nothing. It was just an empty field. How'd they just disappear? Should we go back and get the parents?
Not yet. Keep searching.
In the distance, an agent called out.
Got something!
Hidden by some brush and undergrowth was a hole covered with a piece of plywood. This must be it. Suit up. We're going in. They descended the rope. The gap was tight, no more than 1 meter wide. It was pitch black. It probably hadn't been the best idea to pursue at nightfall. As they descended, they began to see some light. Then, the sound of music and people drifted up towards them. As Chen descended through an opening, he found himself inside a large, underground cavern. He reached the floor. In front of him were stores, buildings, a park, and even a cinema. People walked about as if this was a normal evening. All of them, their skin heavily covered in necrosis. In the distance, the D-Class came walking towards them. Slow it down. Keep your distance.
Don't be afraid, Agent. Isn't it wonderful?
Welcome to Fun Life, where everyone is the same.
Once you're here, you'll never want to leave.
SCP-2375 is a necrotic skin condition in its beginning stages, capable of spreading through physical contact. Initial symptoms of SCP-2375 include mild decay of the skin on the chest, increased senses of euphoria and pleasure, and a decreased ability to feel pain. The bodies of individuals infected with SCP-2375 display no permanent damage to the insides of the body, appearing to suffer only physical decay. Approximately 2 weeks after the individual is first infected with SCP-2375, the infection will spread to the individual's limbs, if available, and lower torso. Individuals who reach this point of infection are designated instances of SCP-2375-1. The subject will then attempt to convince bystanders to initiate physical contact with the subject in order to spread SCP-2375. Humans with antisocial personality disorders are particularly susceptible to SCP-2375-1's influence. SCP-2375-1 instances have been shown to engage in standard fundraising activities, such as door-to-door recruiting, distribution of mail leaflets, social events, and group therapy programs to gain opportunities to spread SCP-2375 to humans who participate in these events. Social events and group therapy programs to gain opportunities to spread SCP-2375 to humans who participate in these events. Once an instance of SCP-2375-1 has spread SCP-2375, it will attempt to retreat to a small, readily available 5x5 hole within 100 kilometers of the area, or to create one if one is not readily available. These holes have been shown to lead to small, subterranean caverns inhabited by mass quantities of SCP-2375-1 instances. These caverns are identified by instances of SCP-2375-1 as villages and consist of several small buildings that serve various purposes. Underground, the subject's face begins experiencing a rapid decomposition similar to the rest of the body. No instances of SCP-2375-2, after the final stage of decomposition, have been seen to willingly re-emerge from the subterranean caverns. Due to the widespread nature of SCP-2375, permanent containment is currently not feasible. Instead, Mobile Task Force Zeta-28, Army of Darkness, has been created for the sole purpose of identifying and terminating active colonies of instances of SCP-2375-1. as well as working to prevent activities that would result in the spread of SCP-2375.
Feelings of depression or being left out happen to us all. You're not alone in that. However, be wary of who comes to you in your time of depression and what they ask of you. Their intentions might not be altruistic.
As always, have a care and remember to subscribe, like, and share. If you would. Until next time, farewell.